Alright guys, here we go. The Charleston Battery. This is what's called Rainbow Row. Lots of very historic houses. Lots of very wealthy people own these houses. There's Seawoody White. We'll get there in a minute. Lots of people come down here to stroll and watch the sunset. Can't beat it. This is the Ashley River, and out that way is the Charleston Harbor. Coast Guard station down there. What they call the James Island connector that goes across over to James Island, which is directly across the river. Let's walk a little bit. We'll enjoy this view. Some of the gorgeous homes. They just redid all of this Battery. Nice new pavers, all brand new concrete, stairs, benches. It's gorgeous what they've done. And this wall used to be about 3 feet lower. When we had hurricanes or big storms, you would always get massive flooding down here. Temperature in Charleston actually got up to about 72 degrees today, which is far and above where it's been the last week. We had some teens last week going into the Christmas holiday. I think we're supposed to get some warmer weather for a few days and then potentially get back into some cold weather again, which teens is very cold for Charleston. Not at all heard of frequently. Lots of walkers, and I got somebody else doing a little video situation down there. A couple of fishermen. This is some more of the Battery. These houses are just amazing. Nice little row of palm trees. It's pretty down here at night too when everything's nice and lit. All the street lights are on. We got a few boats out there today. A little too chilly for me. It's dropped down to about 66 degrees now. I'm starting to get just a little touch of chill in the air. Not bad. Always feels a little bit cooler by the water. But you give me 10 more degrees, that would be me right there on that boat, or on my boat, watching the sunset on the water, which is one of the perks of living in Charleston and having a boat. Almost a daily occurrence in the summertime, especially spring and summer, and even into the fall. Before it gets down in the 50s and 60s, that's a little bit chilly on the boat unless you're just putting along. Go at any speed, you better have some clothes on. Summertime, bathing suit, that's all is required. get out there and hang out until 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, watch the sun go down, and dock her back up and call it a night. Little party barge there. It's one of my favorite houses down here. I love the wraparound porches and the crow's nest, they call it, up top. I don't know if you can see it. You can probably see it from here. It's a little observation deck up top. There's nobody up there right now, but I imagine there's been quite a few sunsets watched from that observation deck. Beautiful, beautiful. I love where I live. The sun's on his way. Start walking back the other way. So they've got some renovations going on there. Must be putting it up for the day. That's a neat house too. Why don't we do a little self-introduction while we're here? Go ahead and let you guys meet this guy. What's up, everybody? I'm C. Woody. We are going to, these channels are going to be called C. Woody What, which is the name of the car. C. Woody has been my nickname since grade school. Well, Woody, but my first name's Chad, so it became C. Woody, and so that's what we're going with. And the car I've had since August. Ordered it in May of 22, got it in August, the second week of August 22. I absolutely love it. I'm now a Tesla nerd. And I decided I've made some pretty good investments over the years, and had a lucrative career for 22 years in the same business, construction, concrete to be exact. Sold some properties and bought the Tesla, and just decided I'm going to do a little bit something different, you know, just needed a little bit of a change in life, and we'll get into that on down the road, hopefully, if you guys follow me, and we'll you know, we'll talk more about life and the pitfalls and shortcomings and successes. I'm willing to share anything you're willing to listen to, and of course would welcome any interaction as well, so feel free to reach out in any way, DM, comments, likes, subscribe. I'm not asking for anything in return, just friendships, meeting new people, and showing you guys the things that I love, and hopefully you love too. We're gonna go, so we're gonna start probably around the 15th or 16th, which is the middle of the month. The 15th is a Sunday, 16th is a Monday. We're gonna head towards Cape Canaveral, Florida, which is about 5.5, 6 hours, so 3.5, yeah, 350, 400 miles, something like that. Of course, we'll have to stop a couple of times and charge, or at least once. I'll probably leave with 100%, and have to at least stop once, probably in either Savannah, Georgia, or Jacksonville, Florida, I'm thinking. But it's going to be a neat journey. The goal in Cape Canaveral is stay a few days, possibly even dip down into like Miami, Fort Myers area, something like that, and then from there hopefully get to see a SpaceX launch. I think the Falcon 9, from what they're saying right now, is tentative. Everything with SpaceX is always tentative until it actually happens, but I think the tentative next launch date is the 18th, so that'll give me a day worth of travel. If I leave on the 16th, which is a Monday, it'll be a Wednesday launch, which would be cool. Get down there, enjoy a day or two. See Woody Watt is going to be completely self-sustaining. We're gonna have you know, mattress, got a national parks membership, which is kind of neat. So I'm gonna stay at some national parks, probably sleep in the car some. I got the you know, all the blackout curtains and the like I said, the mattress, of course, you know, Netflix memberships and all that good stuff, so can keep up with that stuff. Might stay in a hotel like once a week or something like that, but overall, I mean, you know, got the car, pretty much does all that I need it to do, and it's completely comfortable to drive, number one, and long distances even. I mean, it's one of the most comfortable cars I've ever been in, best driving car I've ever been in. And I've been a big Mercedes fan. I had one of my last vehicles was a 2009, but I got it in let's see, when did I get that? 2018. And it was an older couple from Connecticut, moved down to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and traded it in on a brand new one. Had 62,000 miles on it when I bought it, and it was a SL 550 Roadster, the hardtop convertible with the supercharged V8. That was a fun little car to drive. But this Tesla is, I'll tell you, it's equally as exciting, just in a different way. The Mercedes was, of course, more visceral and loud and obnoxious and very, very, very fast. But you know, the one thing that I miss is the top-down stuff. But I mean, I can always do that down the road if I choose to. But right now, I can't get enough of driving the Tesla. I'll tell you, this road trip will be the first big road trip, obviously, but it's been to Virginia, it's been to North Carolina, it's been to Georgia already. I've had it since August. I think I've got a little over 4,000 miles on it already, so it's been running pretty good, and I've had absolutely zero issues with it. None, zero. Had to put some air in the tires when it got really cold. Obviously, the air kind of dissipates when the temperature changes, and of course when it gets warm out, the air pressure goes up, and then you got to pay attention then as well, or else you'll be riding around like you're on rocks all the time. But anyway, love the car. And this isn't just about Tesla, it's about just life. Like I said, I'm going to highlight some national parks as I go, show you some hopefully very beautiful and I'm sure extraordinary scenery. I've done some research and kind of got a little bit of a plan. This is actually going to be kind of a mixed bag trip. It's not going to be 100% planned out. I'm not going to have a time schedule, which is nice. I'm going to go, like I said, the first destination is Cape Canaveral. Hopefully get to see a Falcon 9, or I would love to see a Falcon Heavy launch, but at least a Falcon 9, which of course I'll video blog all of that, vlog if you will, and enjoy that and enjoy the Kennedy Space Center, all that good stuff. Went there one time when I was, golly, I think my parents took us down there when I was like 8 years old, and I remember very little of the experience, and just want to go experience it again. And I think that'll be super neat, especially having now become a SpaceX fan. SpaceX, Starlink, the Boring Company, semis, roadsters, sexies, all that good stuff. Tesla's it's a lifestyle, I feel like, and I'm really enjoying it. I tell you, I've met some of the best people ever, just at superchargers. Just in talking with people, I met a guy yesterday in Columbia, South Carolina. I was on the way home from Charlotte, North Carolina, which is where my family lives. Some of you guys might have seen the video I did of a brand new supercharger, 11 station supercharger, 250 kilowatt in South Charlotte, Ballantyne area. Charged there a couple of times while I was up in Charlotte visiting with my family, and I figured, I'll just highlight the ones that I go to and tell you the goods and bads and indifference. But this one was brand new, and so it was certainly very well taken care of. It was in a super nice shopping center with, anything you need, anything they had within 2-block walking distance. So yeah, that's kind of where we're going. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm gonna continue to do this throughout the trip, throughout the journey. It's probably going to take, I'm gonna guess I'm probably going to spend about a month on the road. In between here, well, I didn't get to this part yet, but the final destination is Fremont, California, where the car was built, where my car was built. It was right on the edge of the time frame where they were starting to put cars out of Giga, Texas, but mine just happened to be, and for whatever reason, a lot of people didn't understand that it only took me 2 months to get mine. And apparently the Model Y performance in the gray color with FSD and a towing package was like, they had them kind of like coming off the line like hotcakes. So originally my date, when I ordered it in May, my date was like the 3rd week of September. And as it updated and I got all the stuff done through the app to purchase the car, next thing you know, I've got a date of the 1st week of August, which I had to actually decline. I had some medical issues and was actually in the hospital and couldn't go get it in Savannah, Georgia, which is about 2 hours away. So I had to decline it, and they said, all right, well, we're gonna put you, you'll just go to the next in line. So the person behind you is gonna get that one, and then you'll get the next one that was gonna be theirs. And within 4 more days after, and thank goodness I was out of the hospital by then, they gave me another date, which was August 12th, and I was able to go. My best friend went with me. He and his wife both have a Model Y also. His is identical to mine pretty much, except for his is a 21. Hers is a 21. Hers is a long range red with white interior, and his and I's are the gray. And hers is, like I said, long range red, white interior. Ours is performance, black interior, gray exterior. He does not have FSD. I do, which I was determined I was going to have it, which was when it was at 12,000. It was at 10,000 when I started looking at the order. Went up to 12,000. Now it's 15,000 out, from what I understand, which seems like a lot. But I'm a good reference when I say that I've been told through the grapevine and through, because I am in the beta program, I've been told that the one stack's supposed to be coming out within the next week or 2. There's already a couple of Tesla employees that have kind of put it out on the web that they've got it already, and one of them got it like last week. So once that happens, typically the beta group gets it like within a couple of weeks. And of course they go down the line, you know, there's a list of VIN numbers, and this guy always, he's the first VIN number on the list. Whenever the big updates come out, he's the first VIN number on the list. So he's had it once, every single time, once it comes out or once it's announced, he's the first one to get it, and then it starts feeding down the list. So, and I'm like number 49,000 some odd on the list out of, I think there's 55,000 or some beta testers now. But as far as that goes, it's going to be exciting. I think the FSD is going to be even better. It's doing great now. It really is. I had it drive me all the way from Charleston to Charlotte and Charlotte back to Charleston, which is 95% interstate driving, but it did phenomenal the entire way. Didn't have any false alerts, didn't have any shutdowns of the FSD system. It worked the entire time. So I was real excited about that. That is like awesome. It's the coolest thing ever, and it's just neat. The auto steer's neat too. I mean, it really is. It's a lot of the FSD package, really and truly. It's because most of the people, I tell you, from what I see, most of the people are a little bit leery at first about using the FSD around town. And of course, the goal is to be able to, you know, go to beautiful downtown Charleston, pull up in front of a restaurant and walk right past the valet guy and let your car go park itself. And then you get out in front of the restaurant, car goes and parks, you're done with dinner, you tell it to come get you, and it comes back and gets you without any incident. Finds its own parking spot, finds its way back to the front of the restaurant, pick you up. That should come out with the one stack in the next couple of weeks, I hope. If not, I'm willing to wait till it's a little bit more perfected, because I would be a little bit, I'd feel a little bit intense about it to start off with, and I'd have to kind of like follow it probably the first couple of times to make sure it did what it was supposed to do, because you just never know. And people, you know, Charleston is a very heavy tourist town, and people are, a lot of times they're off put by Teslas anyway, and they see a car driving itself, and you know, you look in the front windshield and you see the steering wheel turning, and the car's like, sometimes it lurches along a little bit, but you know, it puts its blinkers on, and it does it very deliberately. When you do the summons feature, it does it very deliberately, but sometimes it's a little slow, and people will get behind it. I've had mine in a parking lot before, and a box truck came up behind it and was blowing his horn all over the place, and I was actually back, you know, I was, I don't know, 150 yards away from it, just kind of watching what it was doing. And I kind of trotted over to this dude that was behind my car and honking the horn, because it just wasn't moving fast enough for him, I guess. And he had his window down in this big box truck, and I said, "Hey man, just letting you know, you're not honking at anybody. There's nobody in that car." And he goes, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, that's a Tesla, you know, it's got the self-driving thing." And he goes, "Oh man." I said, "Yeah dude, you know, better just go ahead and go around, or go down this next row and going out, and let me take care of that." And I just went and hopped in it and took off and got out of his way. I'm not trying to hold up traffic or upset anybody by any means, but people just kind of look at it funny as it goes anyway. So, but it's becoming more and more accepted, more and more people as they learn, which is the problem. It's just lack of knowledge is what it is. People just don't really understand what these cars are capable of, except for the people that own them and the people that research them, that maybe want to own them one day. I did a ton of research before I bought mine, and like I said, both of my best friends, their husband and wife, they both have them, and got to drive theirs and fiddle around with them and kind of see what the whole thing was about before I purchased mine. And I'll tell you what, I'm so glad I did. I would never turn back from that. If I had a choice, I'd do it again and again and again. So, but anyway, we're getting close to sunset here. It's about time. Let's see. Yep, it's almost 5:30. It's 5:27, and I think sunset's supposed to be 5:36 or 5:38 tonight, so it should be very, very soon. Looking forward to that. But it's just, can't beat it, you know. Charleston, I kind of pan around again, but Charleston and you know, the Rainbow Row, the way the sun shines off of the homes, and just watching it go down, you'll see all kinds of brilliant colors in the sky. Once it gets behind that tree line over there, we'll have just all kinds of pinks and peach colors and purples and blues and all. Got a little bit of cloud cover over there, but not much, so it'll throw some pretty neat, it actually already is throwing some pretty good colors off of that. It'll get even better here shortly. But yeah, so taking off the 15th or 16th, probably the 16th is where I'm leading right now. That way I can kind of have a weekend to really make sure I got my head straight, all my things packed. I've got a hitch mounted cargo carrier for the back of the car. I was going to do a roof rack. I've got roof racks, the Tesla roof racks. I've got those, and I may at some point, depending on the length of subsequent trips. This one, like I said, is going to be probably a month, I'm guessing. Could be less, could be 3 weeks, it depends, but I'm not going to be in any hurry. That's the thing. If I get somewhere that I really love and have some good scenery, I'm just probably going to stay a couple days. So got a little boat wait going on here. But anyway, so that's the plan right now, and I plan to do, and after I post this, I'd love some feedback before I actually set out. If you're so inclined, please let me know your thoughts. A couple of things. I thought about doing a couple of lives a week, or maybe 3, maybe a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday live, but from specific places. Most certainly I'll do multiple lives from the Space Center and SpaceX, and hopefully we'll get to do a live watching the launch, which would be super awesome for you guys to see. Be a little bit different seeing it from one guy than, you know, on the news. I think anyway. I saw it. My best friends went down for the last Falcon Heavy launch, and they live streamed to a few people, very few people. They don't have a YouTube channel or anything like that like I do. They just kind of did a little live video for some friends, and I was one of them, and